history. All right, step right up here, pull that microphone close.
Williams.
Williams, I'm sorry. It's going to be General Williams on behalf of the state. On this particular matter, it's going to be Julia Trent representing Mr. McBee. So proceed, sir.
Could you state your name, please?
Alicia Criswell.
And where do you live?
I live in Halls, Tennessee.
Do you work here or did you work here in Knoxville?
I was at work at Royal King that day in December 22nd.
Is Royal King located in Knoxville?
Yes.
Yes. Speak up.
Yes.
How long have you worked for?
About a year and 4 months.
Back in December of 2022, what did you do?
I'm an assistant manager.
What are the duties of this?
We open the store, maintain the floor, customer service. We have our teams, lead our teams. It's pretty much every day.
Did you work with an individual by the name of Tristan Smith?
I did.
And what did Tristan do there for?
He was our sporting goods department specialist.
And how long did you know him?
I've known him since I started, so about a year ago.
I'm going to take you back to December 22nd. Were you working that day?
I was.
What capacity?
I was the assistant manager on the floor that day, so I was making rounds with our team and touching base with everyone.
Was something brought to your attention about the situation that was developing inside?
Yes, I was called on my radio.
Let me ask you this. You have a good radio, is that correct?
Correct.
Do other members of the team, other members of the employees that will be have radio?
Yes.
Who all have radio?
All the assistant managers, receiving, and department specialists all have a radio.
You had radio.
Mhm.
Did Tristan have radio?
Yes.
Did you heard something over the radio? What did you hear?
Tristan called for an ASM to the gun barn, and within a few seconds, he actually said he had a shoplifter in the tumbler aisle.
Hang on just a minute. Officers, if you would keep that door closed as best you can while we're doing this. All right, now, so we've got an objection as to hearsay. What was your response to that?
It's not hearsay, it's not being offered for the truth of the matter, sir. It's being offered to show what she did after receiving the report.
All right, that is an exception to the rule. That will overrule that objection.
What did you hear over the radio?
I heard Tristan call for an ASM to gun barn, and then he made another call saying he had a shoplifter in the tumbler aisle.
And did you hear anything else over the
No, I heard the door alarm.
How did you respond when you heard this?
I was running to that area, and when the door alarm went off, I ran to the door and went out the door.
Okay. At any point in time, did you respond to Tristan's radio message?
Yes,
What did you say?
I told him I was on my way.
Or did you get an answer?
No.
Okay. The initial transmission from Tristan, was that the last time you heard him?
Yes.
He said, I need ASM to the gun barn.
Mhm.
What is that?
Assistant manager to the gun barn.
What is the gun barn?
It is where our weapons are sold.
All right. And then what else did he say?
He had a shoplifter in the tumbler aisle,
Okay. Shop.
someone that's stealing something.
In the tumbler aisle?
Is where like the coffee cups and steel tumblers are. That's the aisle that they were in.
Okay. So did you go to that area?
I did.
What did you do once you reached that area?
I heard the door alarm going off, so I ran to the door that was opened.
The door alarm. Why would the door alarm?
It's an emergency exit. When you push the right bar, it sets the alarm off, and then the door will open. You don't. I have to do it with my key.
So you hear the door alarm going off, and it looked like the door was open?
Yes. The Y bar was pressed, so it was pushed. The door wasn't physically standing open, but the Y emergency bar was pushed in.
What did you do when you noticed that there was something different about the door?
I tried to go out the door.
Okay, what happened?
I had to hit it pretty hard to go out because the magnets had sealed.
All right. Did you injure yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Is that why you had your arms?
Yes.
So you injured yourself during this, is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. What did you do when you exited the pool?
Sorry. I
Take your time.
ran out the door and I saw Tristan laying on the ground. He had one leg up and he was laying, so at that moment I didn't know what had happened, and I saw another individual running. So I called out Tristan's name and his hand came up, and I went straight to him, and that's when I realized he had been shot.
Did you see where, how did you realize he was shot?
I could see
Where did he get shot?
what right here in his upper chest.
You're going to your line.
Right.
You said that he was on the ground.
He couldn't talk.
He was on the ground, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
You said that he couldn't talk. Can I see this?
Yes,
Did you approach him?
I did.
Okay. You say he put his hand up.
It was like he reached for me, so I grabbed his hand and he tried to talk to me and he couldn't. And that's when I yelled for someone to call 911 because I knew he couldn't.
What happened when he tried to talk?
It was just a gurgling rattle.
Was he ever able to get words out while you were there?
No, I had to call his name a couple times to get him to look at me.
Okay. And, what state was he in? How would you describe the state?
Probably shock. He wasn't moving a whole lot, so I mean, there wasn't any real movement from him while he was on the ground.
Other than yourself, did other individuals go there to try and interest?
Yes.
Who were those other individuals?
I don't know their names. There was a gentleman that was an EMT because he came back with a small bag and he asked me if he could help him, and I said yes. I don't know who he is. And then there was another gentleman that was out there the entire time, and the only way I know him is that he was dressed as Santa Claus that day.
Was there any members from the bullpen employees from the bullpen that came up there?
Yes.
Who?
Candace, another assistant manager.
Do you know her last name?
Chenault.
Candace Chanel.
Mhm.
And she worked at the bullpen?
Yes.
What does she do?
She's the assistant manager over sporting goods in the front end.
You indicated, well, let me ask you this, at some point in time, did Tristan pass?
Yes.
You said that you saw an individual running away when she came out the door, is that correct?
I did.
Will you describe this individual?
He's probably average height with brown hair. He's wearing a light colored hoodie and a backpack.
Did you see what kind of pants or shoes?
I didn't see his pants or shoes. He had tripped a few times, and again, once I realized that Tristan had been shot, I kind of watched him go, and then I stayed with him.
Did you see any other clothing or other items that were around Tristan?
I did.
What did you see?
I thought it was unusual because there was a winter hat that was green with like a poof on the top and a black bandana laying on the ground. Yes. It was a greenish color.
I guess at some point when EMTs, in addition to individuals that were staircase.
Yes.
Fire department, police?
Yeah, I was on the phone with 911.
Did you give a statement to the police?
I did.
Okay, where?
They took us in the back door, close to where the whole thing took place, and we were in that hallway, and we sat in the room in there and gave a statement. They took our ID.
You know who
I don't know.
you still work there?
I do.
Tell me about your arm.
They did an x-ray and thought it was a fracture in my clavicle bone. The MRI doesn't show a true fracture. They said it could be a hairline, but I pulled the muscles in my upper pec muscle and in the interior.
That was
Yes.
All right. So Ms. Trent's gonna have a few questions for you, okay? Just sit right there and speak with the force.
Yes.
You stated that you saw an individual running. Was it in the store, outside the store?
It was outside after Tristan was on the ground.
And what was the distance between you and the individual?
Me and the individual, probably from me to that first glass over there.
So you,
Yeah, it wasn't far.
and was the individual, his back to you?
He was running when he kind of tripped and there's grass and then there's like cut-ins where the dumpsters are parked so people can unload those, so you can't really see them. And then when you're running, it's kind of all of a sudden, so he had tripped a couple of times in there.
But you didn't see that the individual shooting was there?
No, I did not.
Thank you. And you can step down, be free to remain in the courtroom if you'd like. It's entirely up to you.
Candace Chanel.
Come on up here, Ms. Chanel. If you would stop right here before you go up there and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth? All right, sit right up there, pull that microphone up, and speak up, please.
Tell me who you are, please.
I'm Candace Chenault,
Do you, spell your last name?
SHINAULT,
And where are you?
Royalty,
How old are you?
5.5 years.
And what do you do?
Assistant Floor Manager Operations.
You there, in the morning hours of December 27th, 2000?
Yes.
Or 2000?
22.
All right. Did something, did you have a regular?
Yes.
Do all, I guess, all the supervisors or people in those positions have regulars?
Yes.
Did something occur while you were there that drew your attention?
Yes, the radios, which we've been having trouble with, but people were talking over each other and really just couldn't hear them. But I heard something going on in the background. At first I thought it was just somebody messing with the radios. But then when I saw the guy come in through the doors when he was running, and I heard Alicia, it's just the sound of her voice. It was an emergency, something's going on. So I followed the guy when he was going out the emergency.
So you heard something on the radio, and then you saw it in the store.
Yeah.
Where was the individual when you saw something?
He was just coming in the front doors, the entrance doors.
Okay, what did he look?
Average size and height, dark hair, white male.
All right, after you heard something over the radio, and you saw the guy running, what did you hear gunshots over the radio or just
It was Alicia, radio.
over the radio? What did you hear?
Just, I don't remember the exact words, I just remember something in her voice.
And then what did you do after you heard Alicia?
I ran after the guy, just followed him. As I looked up at the same moment, it got my attention.
And where did you jump at?
We went down the aisle to the emergency exit, down the food aisle.
And jump out, run out the door at that point?
Ran out first. When I got it, was stuck, so I had to force myself through it. But I know it was just seconds after him.
Okay, and then what did you see when you got out?
So Alicia's kneeling beside Tristan.
Who else was out there beside Alicia and Tristan?
The customer that was helping him, and then another guy, the older gentleman had red shirt on.
Looked like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
What was going on with all those individuals?
Had already started trying to get help for Tristan and the Santa Claus. He was staying there because he knew what to do. He was just there.
All right. Did you go back inside and then?
Yes, when I went over there, he said he needed something, a cloth and some plastic. And I ran back in to find something.
You able to find something?
Yeah, the only thing I could find that was nearby was the tarps that we have, and I grabbed a hoodie.
And then what did you do? Was you grab the tarps?
I ran back out the doors. So, yeah.
What did you do with the tarps?
The hoodie, I just placed it down, I think, and he said just needed a strip of plastic, so me and St. Claus tried to cut it down, but he's like, that's not gonna work. And I remember Alicia saying that no one's like, just talk to him. As I turned around and knelt down, I put the hoodie over his head. And I was talking to him, asking him to say it.
Did he ever say anything?
He didn't speak.
Was he able to say anything?
No. He
Did he
didn't.
nod?
Yes.
Did you ever see an individual running away from us?
Not that I remember. I was zeroed in when I saw Alicia, and that's the look in her eyes.
Does Rural King have surveillance?
Yes.
Okay. Do they have multiple cameras?
Yes.
Okay. Inside?
Yes.
You were asked to review some camera footage this morning, is that correct?
Yes.
And that was from December 22nd, when the homicide occurred, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything wrong with the camera system at that point?
No.
Okay. And from what you viewed prior to today, does it appear that it was around? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you a few shots for surveillance and we're going to describe what's inside. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see that screen? Wow. Can you see the screen? Is it working down there? Okay.
as part of your duties, and as part of the investigation in this case, were you asked to take an inventory of the store?
So just to identify the items and just to see if it was ours.
Where did you receive, I guess, a photograph or a description of items?
Text message.
From who?
Whatever his name is, was,
I'd like to object to your question.
I
What
guess,
foundation?
I think he laid the foundation that she's responsible for inventory. She knows the inventory of the store. She's the assistant manager over that department. And so I believe the foundation's sufficiently laid to ask if she's able to identify whether or not a product came from that store.
You were sent a message from an individual out here.
yes,
That individual from the non-service.
yes.
Okay. What were you able to verify about the images or the description of the items sent from the non-service?
Those are items we regularly carry in the store and items that were missing from our store.
That's all the question I can get.
Here's your IT. You want to have him take a look at it? Yeah, that'll be fine. But you may still need him. Let's transfer a few questions for you, okay?
You know, how many stores are there in Knox County?
Just one.
Just one? And do you keep, itemized, list of the items by number?
There is in our system, yes.
Thank you.
Hey, Ray, you can step down. You're also free to remain in the courtroom, okay? Go to the next witness.
State calls Larry Solomon.
Come right on up here, sir. If you would, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth? All right, step right up here, pull that microphone up and speak up, because we are making a recording, okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
You say your name, please.
Larry Solomon,
And where are you going to start?
Dealer's Warehouse, Powell, Tennessee,
How long have you been doing that?
39 years.
What do you do at Dealer's Warehouse?
The inside sales manager.
At any point, well, back on December 22nd of 2022, were you at the Rural King here in Knox County?
Yes,
And what were you doing at the Rural King in Knox County?
I was buying horse feed and filling out a form to buy a firearm.
Approximately what time did you arrive?
10:30.
10:30. All right. Did you have any interactions with anyone in the school?
Yes,
Tell me about one of those interactions in particular.
the one I think you're asking about, I was at the computer filling out the form to buy a firearm. And the young man walked up to me thinking I was an employee, pulled a firearm out of his pocket and asked if we had extended magazines. And at that point, I told him I was not an employee.
And then what happened?
He walked off.
So you were in the store and you were filling out a form? Is that
Correct.
A form for what?
To purchase a firearm.
Okay. And where are you located in the store?
It's in the gun department. There's 4 computers right in front of the cash register for that purpose.
And how long have you been in the store?
I'm not sure. I picked up some horse feed as well. I'm not sure the exact amount of time.
Yeah, at some point in time, the individual wants something.
Correct.
And he asked you a question, is that correct?
That is correct.
Y'all had a conversation.
Yes.
How far away from you?
A foot. Yeah,
And he asked you a question, is that correct?
that is correct.
Okay. How old did he look?
Very,
Describe-
very young. I'm not very good at ages, but small build, scruffy beard, too young to be handling a firearm.
Okay. Did you see what kind of clothing?
I know he had on a black toboggan and a gray hoodie.
Great hoodie. And what did he say to you?
He said, "Do you have extended magazines for this gun?"
And did he already have the gun out, or did he pull it out?
He pulled the gun out, showed it to me.
And do you know what type of gun it was?
It was a Ruger Raspberry.
Okay. Do you know anything about Ruger firearms?
Yes,
Okay. What caliber typically is the firearm?
it could have been a 380 or a 9mm.
And how do you know?
I own one.
You own it?
I did at that time.
What color was the gun?
Raspberry pink.
Raspberry? Was your Ruger creating raspberry too?
It was, yes.
It was. So you,
Mine was a 9mm.
okay. So you're familiar with that? Right?
Yes,
All right. And you told him that you didn't,
correct,
and you walked off.
correct.
And did you see anything there?
No,
Have you ever seen him?
no,
Have you ever seen him on television?
yes.
Tell me about that.
It was the next day when they had arrested him and they were walking him from one facility to another. He walked out in the jail uniform, I take it, the black and white stripes.
So this occurred December 22nd, is that right?
Correct,
And then the next day you were watching TV.
correct.
What TV channel were you watching?
Probably Channel 10.
Channel 10. And you said, you indicated you saw an individual that came up to you with the gun on the TV on Channel 10.
I told my wife that night, I said, "That's the young man,
And what was he wearing in that?
the black and white stripes."
The black and white stripes. Okay. Was he in handcuffs?
Yes,
Okay. And there are other officers around?
yes,
That's all.
thank you.
So you can step down, there's three of them in the courtroom as well. Thank you.
Deanna Sims. Deanna Sims.
If you would, please, man, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth? All right, step right up here, pull that microphone up, speak into it, okay?
Could you state your name, please?
It's Dina Sims.
Do you live here in Knox County?
I do,
How long have you lived in Knox County?
my entire life.
You know that individual by the name of Larry McBee?
Yes, I do.
You see him in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
You pointed out and identified with his name.
He's sitting right there, he's wearing a striped suit.
Record will reflect that she has identified Mr. McBee.
How long have you known Mr.
Since he was about 13 or 14.
And how do you know him?
His grandparents lived next door to where I used to live.
Where is that?
That was I lived at 3619 Middle, McDonald Road, so,
You still live
no,
there? When did you move out?
December 23rd.
You said that his grandparents lived next door?
His grandmother and her husband and his brother, and then he lived there too.
What's his grandmother's name?
Her name is Kay Brown, Minnie Kay Brown.
And his grandfather?
Was, yeah, step grandfather,
Step-grandfather. What's his name?
Louis Brown. Louis Brown.
Have you seen him do that?
I don't see Louis, I see Miss Kay.
And then who else lived there?
His brother Isaiah.
His brother Isaiah. Have you seen Isaiah?
Mm-mm.
Man, if I could just, before we get too far into it, you can't say, we're making a recording and that won't transfer too good. So we gotta have yes and no, okay?
No, sir.
Thank you.
I don't see.
At some point in time, did you become aware that a shooting or homicide occurred in Oakland?
Yes, I did.
Was that on December 22nd?
Yes.
Okay. Had you seen Larry prior to that, to the homicide?
No.
Did you see him sometime that day after the shooting?
Yes.
How many times did you see him?
Twice.
Twice. When was the first time you saw him?
He came to my house about noon probably. We parked in the backyard, which was normal, and, came in and just talked and, needed to take a shower, because I knew we didn't have a place to live, so I wanted to take a shower.
How long was he there?
Maybe about 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
So he came to your house on McDonald Road about noon,
Mm-hmm.
and you said in park for that.
Yeah.
What kind of vehicle?
It was some kind of just silver car.
Was it a car, no SUV?
Correct.
Okay, how many wheels?
From what I was just looking out my back window, I think two, I'm not sure.
The silver car, is that right?
Yes.
You indicated that it came inside to the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Was that unusual?
No, he showered at my house a couple of times when he needed to.
And what did he do while he was there?
Nothing really. I mean, he took a shower and just talked and acted normal. Just
Did he eat?
no, he didn't say he was real hungry.
Was he talking on the phone?
I'm sure he may have been, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. When was the next time you saw him?
He knocked on my door about 2 a.m. because the power was out, and he had run out of gas in the car. It was the black SUV that his grandmother owns, and he had run out of gas, and it was really, really cold. That was the night the temperature dropped and not the teens, and he just wanted to come in and warm up.
So this would have been the next day of December.
It was after midnight, yeah.
Early in the
Yeah, about 2
in
a.m.
part of your background.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
But he was in a different vehicle.
yes.
What type of vehicle was
It's a black Subaru SUV that belongs to his grandmother.
it? Okay, black SUV.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came in,
Yes.
and what did you do with
Well, we just started talking to me, and first he told me that, about the Rural King thing, that he was just there.
Well, yeah, I can go ahead and address that. That's an admission by a party opponent that is an exception to the hearsay rule.
At first he said he was there, but just was in the store, and then he just kind of got upset, and he said that he was trying to steal 2 clips that didn't have bullets in it, and the boy tried to, wrestle him and had him in a headlock or something to get him down, and he almost had him down, so he just got in the front of his hoodie and got his gun out and just shot to get him to let him go, because he said he was scared.
So, you had this conversation with is that correct?
Yes,
And was this in your home?
yes.
Was anyone else present?
No, it was just me and him.
So initially he indicated that he knew something about the rule and that he was just inside the store.
Yes,
on the rules.
yes,
And then he told you something else, is that correct?
yes,
He told you that he was shot.
yes.
Did he tell you whether or not he had taken anything from the store?
2 clips. That's what he said, and something that goes inside a gun. It didn't have bullets in it, he said. Just the clips.
Did he tell you whether or not he paid for those items?
No, he'd shoplifted them.
He said he shot them.
Yeah.
And then what did he tell you he'd done after he shot them?
That he was just trying to get away and leave the store.
Did he tell you how he was trying to do it? Did he tell you what door he were in?
No, he said that they tussled out to the back door is the way he was telling me. I don't know.
He said that he got into a tussle with one of the police. Did you describe the employee to you?
No.
What did he say happened during this tussle?
That the boy got him in a headlock and almost had him down, and that's when he was just scared and got his gun and shot.
He said he got his gun and he shot. Did he say whether or not he shot?
Yes, he did.
say what happened when he got back to the shop?
He just said he lifted up his shirt, looked down, and walked, walked back into the back door, stumbled back in.
Okay. So the guy that got shot lifted up his shirt, looked, and then stumbled back toward the wall. Okay. Did he tell you what kind of gun he shot with?
No.
Have you ever seen the gun he shot with?
I did, he had a little pistol, it was blue, grip. I don't know what the millimeter or anything was.
Have you seen him with more than one gun?
Yeah, seen him too. Yeah.
Describe the two you seen.
The other one I think was like a 9mm black, I believe, or silver. I'm not sure. Like, I don't like guns in my house, so he was respectful and he would take them back outside.
Did you ever see him with three hand?
Yes, only because the bullets, we picked him up out of the yard, he shot it off in my yard.
Did he hit the shell cases?
Yes.
How long did he stay in your house? This last time?
About an hour and a half before they surrounded the house.
About an hour and a half. And did they arrest him? Did we arrest him?
Yes.
You gave a statement to the police?
I did to the detective, yes.
Was it that deep or that?
No.
It was like,
Mhm.
you know, that killed him?
Yes.
Have you been in contact with Larry since then?
Yeah, we've talked on the phone a few times lately from the sheriff.
What have your conversations on the phone been like?
Just mainly about, trying to get me to call some people that he knows I know their number to get them to help him, to give him an alibi and things like that. And then, I didn't know what time the murder had happened the day he was there. And he said, you remember I was at your house? And I was like, yes, he was. And at 2 a.m. it was really cold. I let you in because you were cold. But, and earlier that day, and then, but I told him too that no matter what happens, I care a lot for him. I've known him since he was a kid, and, that would never change. But, and I did tell him to keep his mouth shut and get an attorney.
But he called you and discussed the potential of you getting out,
Mhm.
but you were not in out.
No.
That's all.
All right, Ms. Trent's gonna have some questions for you, okay?
Good morning. Yes, it's even Timothy. Yes, I did know he was.
The night that she confessed to you, was he
I'm sure he was, yeah. He had brought in some crystal meth and some marijuana, so I'm sure he was using it at the time. And I do know he had a drug problem. Mm.
Can you read her in, John? Ma'am, you can step down, thank you. You're free to remain in the courtroom as well. The next witness, John.
Angela Hickson.
and if you would, then please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? All right, come right on up here. Pull that microphone up. Speak directly into it.
State your name, please.
Angela Hickson.
You live here in Knox County?
I live in Granger County.
Granger County?
Yes.
Is that about Knox County?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
All my life.
Do you know an individual by the name of Larry McBee?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's my nephew.
Do you see him in court?
Yes.
What about his driver's
He's running stripes.
The record reflects you.
Yeah, and she did point in that direction as well.
Back on December 22nd, 2022, did you receive or did you pass some communication with Mr. McBee about the World King policy?
I did.
Where were you when you began talking?
I was sitting at my house on my couch when I called him.
You called him.
Yes.
All right, from your cell phone?
Yes.
Ms. Hickson, if you would please speak up a little bit, because we are trying to make recordings so we can pick you up on that recording, okay? You're really soft-spoken, so you're gonna have to try to talk a little louder, okay?
Okay.
All right.
You called him from your cell phone?
Yes.
And where were you?
I was at home.
At home.
Yes.
Who was with you when you called?
My sister and my two little nephews.
And did you, I know some people use Facebook Messenger or Facebook phone or any of that. How did you call him? Was it just over?
I had video chatted him through Facebook.
You video chatted him through Facebook. And why did you communicate?
I originally went to get a Facebook password from my dad, and I asked him if he knew anything about the Roll King shooting.
And did he respond to you?
He told me at first he heard about it, and then he told me to show him everybody in the room. There was nobody in the room at the time. So as soon as I showed him the room, he started telling me every detail.
And what did he tell you?
He said that he had went to Roll King to get ammo because nobody would buy it for him. And he went to run out the back exit, and the boy ran after him and tried to swipe him, and he shot him.
What is swiping?
Like, attempt to grab him.
Did he tell you whether or not he paid for the items that he took from World King?
He did not.
Did not. He didn't tell you whether or not.
He did not tell me.
Now, when you're having this conversation with him, are you recording it?
Yes.
So you recorded, did you record the whole conversation?
Not the whole conversation.
Did you record him admitting to committing homicide or World King?
Yes.
No, it sounds like that recording.
All right.
Who was, did you see this? Who was that in the video?
That's my feet in the video.
I'm sorry. Not in the phone. I'll get the phone in just a second. Who was that sitting across the table? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. Whose phone is that in the video?
My sister's.
And why is the phone sitting in the video?
Because I was on my phone on video chat with Larry, so I had to use my sister's phone.
So that is your sister's phone?
Yes.
And that is the device that you use to record Larry admitting to homicide?
Yes.
And where are you? You're at the Knox County Sheriff's Office? Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that Christopher Allison's hand?
Yes.
Okay. And you've heard of the recording?
Yes.
And it is Larry McBee
Yes.
and yourself?
Yes.
If you, in the bottom right-hand corner of that screen that's gone now, it was showing it didn't have any volume on it. In the gray. There you go. I think you got it now. If you'll turn your sound down on the actual computer.
Yeah, they said blue white tennis shoes, gray sweats or shorts, a gray hoodie, and a blue backpack and a blue scarf.
Yes.
How'd you get his blood on you? Because this thing right up and grabbed me by my hands. We was already outside. I had already took out running all that, okay?
What did you do?
I called Knox County Sheriff's Office.
And did you go to the sheriff's department?
I did. I talked with Detective Allison.
Okay, and that's what this is?
Yes.
Thank you.
So, when did you return when 100% prior to talking to Detective Austin, how many times did you meet with detectives?
I met with him once.
Prior to that?
No.
Altogether once?
Yes.
How many times did you spoke to them on the phone?
Quite a few times.
A few times.
Yes.
Free to rent. All right. Six, you can step down, and you also free to remain in courtroom, okay? So your next witness.
Detective Chris Allison.
Take, if you would, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Come on up here. Pull that microphone up and speak up for us, please.
State your name, please.
Detective Chris Allison with the Knox County Sheriff's Office
How long have you been with the Knox County Sheriff's Office?
since August of 2003.
Okay. Were you assigned to the homicide of one Tristan Smith?
Yes, sir, I was.
When were you assigned?
December 22nd, 2022.
And what is your participation in the investigation of that homicide?
Lead detective.
Okay, what does a lead detective?
Investigate the homicide of the, trying to figure out who the suspect is.
Okay, do you do everything?
There was a few people that was helping out, but I was the lead detective in it.
Is it,
Yes, sir, team effort, yes, sir.
do you collect evidence?
From people that are helping out with it, yes, sir.
Did you respond to the scene?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, what address is that?
I don't know the exact address, but it's North Freeway.
That's Knox County.
Yes, sir, that is.
When you arrived on the scene, was there a crime scene tape?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Was the scene secure?
Yes, sir.
What was, describe the scene to me, what you arrived.
When I arrived on scene, there was other patrol vehicles. When I walked up, I saw a male laying on the ground.
Is that Tristan?
At the time, I didn't know it was Tristan, but it was a male, yes, sir.
Initially, were you able to determine that that was Tristan?
Yes, sir.
Was he deceased?
Yes, sir.
Has there been an autopsy done on this case?
Not a confirmed autopsy yet, not the report had come back, but just a kind of a verbal autopsy.
Okay, has St. County Medical Examiner ruled this honest?
Yes, sir.
And what was the probable cause of death?
I'll have to,
Knox County Medical Examiner.
they ruled it a homicide.
Okay. What was the probable cause of death?
Gunshot wound
The child moved.
to the chest area and exit out the back.
Okay, all right. Now, as part of the investigation that the Knox County Sheriff's Department does, do they collect evidence on the scene?
Yes, sir.
Was there any evidence collected from the scene of this homicide?
Yes, sir.
And in particular, I'm talking about around the deceased body of Tristan. What was collected from the scene?
Shell casing and a green toboggan, winter toboggan.
Okay. What, when you say shell casing, what do you mean?
Shell casing to the round, that was a 380.
3-inch shells?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
But you also collected projectile?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then you indicated that you collected a toboggan.
Yes, sir.
What color was the toboggan?
It was green.
And that, these items will be sent off for TPI for analysis, firearms and.
Yes, sir, they were sent off.
At any point in time, did you find photographs of the defendant on social media, Instagram, Snapchat, prior to his arrest?
Yes, sir.
And in those, in some of those photos from the social media, is he wearing a green toboggan?
Yes, sir.
Is it consistent with the toboggan that you recovered from the crime scene?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Subsequent to arriving at the scene, did you receive any tips from any individuals that indicated that Mr. McBee was a possible?
Not at the time, no, sir.
Okay. At any point in time after the homicide?
Yes, sir.
Was one of those individuals Agent Dixon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you interview Agent Dixon?
Yes, sir.
And did she play a recording of Mr. McBee for you?
Yes, sir.
All right. after your investigation up until that point, and then after speaking with Ms. Hickson, did you swear out what was
Yes, sir, I did.
okay, what did you charge with?
Second degree murder.
What?
Deceased victim, gunshot.
And I guess at that point, law enforcement is attempting to locate this individual, Mr. McBee.
That is correct.
Was he ultimately located?
Yes, sir.
Let me go back. As part of the scene, did you confirm whether or not there was surveillance video?
Yes, sir.
And were you able to obtain that surveillance video?
Yes, sir.
Have you reviewed that surveillance video prior to that?
Yes, sir.
Does it show the homicide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are we looking at here?
That looks like it's the entrance to Royal King.
12/22/2022, is that the correct date?
Yes, sir.
And as far as you know, the time stamp, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is 10/16/09, is that?
Yes, sir.
See an individual coming in from the left side of the screen. How long was he in the store?
Anywhere from that time he entered the store to exited the store, roughly 15 to 19 minutes in where in that vicinity.
And what was he doing?
He went to the gun barn, walked through the house like he was ammo. Yes, sir.
Was that individual later?
Yes, sir. I can't tell exactly what aisle it is. It looks like it could be the magazine aisle on that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. You see that he's got some items in his hands. Do you know what those items are?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
They are 2 boxes of magazines that are clips to a gun and 2 boxes of ammo.
Subsequent to the homicide, were you able to locate these items?
Yes, sir.
Where did you locate them?
In the vehicle that he'd been driving,
Which vehicle?
Nissan Rogue.
And his grandmother's?
Correct.
Okay. And were you able to confirm that these items were taken through conversations with the local?
Yes, sir.
What are we looking at in this video?
That looks like the emergency exit doors to Royal King to the back.
Now, we've heard testimony that both Tristan and the defendant exited through the emergency exit.
Yes, sir.
And is this the emergency exit that they came through?
Yes, sir.
We're about to see that, is that correct?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
That was, the person that should have been identified as Mr. McBee, person that accident.
Yes, sir.
And then Tristan Fox, correct?
Yes, sir.
There is also video, external video from the store, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And it actually captures the shooting, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All of this video is separate and a part of your case file, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You indicated that after you interviewed Angela Nixon, you swore out warrants for Mr. McBee for second-degree murder, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Ultimately, was he located?
Yes, sir.
Where was he located?
3619 McDonald Road,
Whose residence is that?
Dean Sims.
Was there people that he was located at that residence? What kind of vehicle?
There's
What car?
a dark color, maybe
Was it located?
behind the back.
Is the search gotten to search that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
It was a consent form.
From who?
The homeowner that lived there next door at 3617 McDonald.
What's her name?
She goes by Mimi. It's Larry's grandmother.
Lear's grandma. It was her vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got consent to search from her for her vehicle.
Yes, sir.
And did you locate items of interest, of evidentiary value inside of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What did you locate inside of the vehicle?
We located a sweatshirt that was draped over the driver's seat. And
Did it appear to have staining on it?
yes, sir.
What else?
2 boxes of ammunition, and there was 2 boxes of magazines in there.
What type of ammunition?
To a 380.
You said you found 2 magazines.
Yes, sir.
Were they loaded?
One was, yes, sir.
Did you locate the sweatpants?
Yes, sir.
Did you locate Mr. McBee's identification?
Yes, sir.
And did you locate keys to another vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what type of vehicle?
It was a Pontiac G6.
What is the significance of the Pontiac G6?
Observing the video at the Rural King, we observed an individual appeared to gone into a possible silver sedan-looking car. And after observing the video closely, we determined it was a Pontiac 4-door.
Okay. And it appears that Mr. McBee pulled up in that vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was that vehicle ever loaded?
Yes, sir, it was.
Where was he located?
I believe it was 114 Richmond Avenue,
How do you know when was it?
December 27th.
And how do you know it's the same vehicle that was in the video from?
Upon searching the vehicle, the Nissan Rogue, we found registrations in the vehicle that belonged to Pontiac G6.
Okay. Did you also find the keys to that vehicle in Pontiac?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was there any distinguishing characteristic of the Pontiac G6 that you could see in the video?
Yes, sir. It had dark out wheels, and as it was leaving, we could tell either the driver passenger side was either busted out or was rolled down because it was darker, and compared to the other windows on the car, it was clear.
Okay. So when you discovered the Pontiac G6, was the vehicle's condition consistent with the vehicle you saw in the video?
Yes, sir.
In the residence, did you locate anything from the rest of evidence you have?
A blue backpack and a red face mask.
What is the significance of the red face mask?
It appears that it's the exact same one as the individual Larry coming into the Roll King.
How can you say that?
It's got a little red mark like a DoorDash on the corner of it.
DoorDash.
Yes, sir, DoorDash.
You said you also located a bloody gray sweatshirt inside of the room.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What brand?
Under Armour.
Okay. Does it appear to be the same brand in the Royal King?
Yes, sir.
And then you said you indicated you located a blue backpack.
Yes, sir.
And is it consistent with the blue backpack that Mr. McBee is wearing in the Royal King?
Yes, sir.
What did you locate in the blue backpack when you searched the residence?
I'm not sure was it in that blue backpack, but
Where did you find the ammunition that had been
That was in the or in the console of the Nissan Rogue.
When the defendant was placed under arrest, did he have a cell phone in his possession?
Yes, sir, he did.
Was that seized by the police?
Yes, sir.
Was a search warrant executed on my cell phone?
Yes, sir.
You downloaded images from that cell phone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Recognize those?
Yes, sir.
Were these were photographs that were downloaded from the defendant's cell phone?
Yes, sir.
I know when you take a picture with the cell phone, there's some indication of the time that these were taken.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. Were these taken after the homicide?
Yes, sir.
What does this photograph depict?
It's Larry McBee with a cigarette in his mouth.
Okay. How about this photograph?
It's a pink pistol laying on his lap
Okay. And you can see the same.
and the same cigarette in his mouth.
Again, these are taken after the homicide.
Yes, sir.
So and do you know what kind of gun that is?
It appears to be a 380.
And that's consistent with the gun used in the homicide?
Yes, sir.
Solid, is that correct? Again, what's the big,
380. Larry McBee holding a 380.
and what's in this one?
That's an Under Armour sweatshirt with blood stains on it.
And you've seized that, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and that'll be sent off with TBI for DNA analysis?
Yes, sir.
Do you have access to jail phone calls?
Yes, sir.
Has Mr. McBee been making jail phone calls?
Yes, sir.
Has he called his step-grandfather or grandfather?
Yes, sir.
Has he called his brother?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Has he called his grandmother?
Yes, sir.
Has he asked any of those individuals to get out of office?
Yes, sir.
Has he contacted other individuals regarding this case from the jail?
Yes, sir.
That's all the questions I have.
Detective, Ms. Trent's gonna have a few questions. All right. So you can step down, sir. Thank you.
That's the state's case for
All right. Say rest. Any proof on, no proof on behalf of Mr. McBee today, argument?
It's charged as a second degree murder. But I think certainly there's proof that the court has heard today that it's more than just a second degree murder. That it's a first degree felony murder perpetration of a theft, and also it's an especially aggravated robbery. So I understand if the court will allow over the second degree murder in the district attorney's office, we just fix that in grand jury seeks to indict Mr. McBee for that. But I think in terms of the bond, I know that he has a significant bond, and I think based upon the evidence that was presented here today, an individual that is convicted of first degree felony murder receives a life sentence, essentially a 60-year sentence. He may be eligible until after 51 or 52 years. I believe that there's significant proof that the state has put on significant proof of identification. Through the witnesses, through the witness of Larry Solomon, through the witness of Linda Simmons, and through the witness of Ms. Hickson. Essentially, Mr. McBee admits to a felony murder to his neighbor, Ms. Sims, and to his aunt, Ms. Hickson. So I would suggest that the state's case is very strong and that there is a likely conviction in this case for first degree felony murder. And I would ask that the bond remains.
So, General Williams, you making a motion to amend this to the felony first degree murder? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know that I can ask the court to do that. I think what I would ask the court is to divide it over the second degree murder. But I think the bond should be set in an amount that is consistent with the first degree murder.
The court,
Or if the court knows law where it can bind it over as first degree felony murder, then I would ask the court to do it. But I think the proof is clear from the testimony and the evidence that this is a first degree felony.
I believe it's within the court's purview when the proof is put on. And motion to stay to,
I make the motion to bind it over as a first degree felony.
this motion is well taken, based on the proof we've heard today. Bond will remain the same. Bond's also, this court revoked his bond on a prior simple possession earlier in the month, I believe. So we're not amending this bond to anything. I believe it is where it needs to be. So it is bound over now as felony first degree murder. Yeah, we're gonna go. These belong to Ms. Dunn, who's on the front row over there next to Mr. Christmas.
Judge, we also need. Mr. Hennepin's aware of everything that's going on? Yes.
All right. Hennepin, you got your case worked out. We're gonna bind this over, send it for your leeway information, criminal court division too, all right, sir? Thank you, Thank you. Mr. Frazier, tell him that plea date one more time if you don't care. Mr. Frazier, what about this DOT? You gonna put it on the same?
Yeah,